The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and/or future. And good evening, it's Uncle Ron back again for game number 2 today. This is my 12th game since last Saturday. No wonder why I'm tired. Anyway, it took us to September 28th, but if you're a Toronto Blue Jay fan from the late 70s, this is your night. The Toronto Blue Jays, with Moore on the mound, face Ron Guidry in Guidry's last scheduled start of the regular season, assuming there's no game 163. Guidry looking to win game number 22. Oh, look. I don't have crap all over my face. That's very nice. And can give the Yankees a magic number of 2 with a win. The Yankees are looking for win number 93. They have 3 left against Cleveland after this. Toronto, well, they're going to get an appearance on the channel this year. So, buckle up. If the Yankees win, everything can be decided tomorrow. Remember, Texas has a magic number of 1. And the Yankees, with a win, would have a magic number of 2 with 3 games to go. So it looks like everything's kind of sharply coming into focus. We hope you enjoy it. The Yankees and the Blue Jays live from Yankee Stadium. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Pennant Chase 1978. Tonight, from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, the first place New York Yankees against the not first place Toronto Blue Jays. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalToDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, that's not all the same thing, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So, go Blue Jays, we're hearing from the sellout crowd here at Yankee Stadium. What? How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you along. Ron Guidry is making his 34th start of the year. Ignore that 35 number up there. It only works if they play game 163. So, Louisiana Lightning, the Gator, is 21-6 with an ERA of 2.06. Features a fastball at 96 and a standard pitcher, not a ground ball, not a fly ball pitcher. He does strike out a lot of batters. This is his 3rd start against Toronto. 16 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. That's pretty good in 16 2/3 innings. 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. He is 2-0 with an earned run average of .54. Go non-Yankees. Yes. His last start was against the Indians on the 24th, because we did that game. 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6 in a no decision because we had a fight in the early part of the game. Over 279 2/3 innings in 78. He's allowed 192 hits, 67 runs, 64 earned. He has walked 82 and struck out 256. And here's the lineup he'll be facing. Rick Paccetti in center field will lead off for Toronto. Doesn't he look like a happy fellow? Bob Baylor in right will bat second. Roy Howell at third will bat third. Willie Horton, hey, Tiger Ball there, right, Ratcast, is your DH. Otto Velez in left, former Yankee, will bat fifth. Doug Ault at first will bat sixth. Dave McKay at second will bat seventh. Rick Cerrone, future Yankee, will bat eighth behind the plate. And Leo Gomez at short will bat ninth with Baylor Moore on the mound, and he should go about 105 pitches. Defensively for the Yankees, Roy White is a 7-1 in left. Mickey Rivers is an 8-5 in center. Lou Piniella a 5-2 in right. Craig Nettles is a 10 at third. Bucky Dent is a 6 at short. Willie Randolph a 7 at second. Chris Chambliss a 10 at first. Thurman Munson a 9 and an 8 behind the plate. And Ron Guidry and 8 on the mound with a fielding percentage of .967. For Toronto, we promise that she'll actually hit a fairway this afternoon, maybe. Unlike what happened at the U.S. Open today. Miss Mags like Blue Jays. Well, likes to hunt them. Oh, your cat. Yes, well, my mom liked to hunt Blue Jays too. Bisetti at 264. 3 homers and 46 RBI. And this one starts with a ground ball base hit left side, so no-hitter for Guidry. If the Blue Jays win this, the magic number stays at 3, and the East cannot be won tomorrow. Bob Baylor at 280, 1 homer, and 45 RBI. And if you're wondering about how real-life numbers compare to replay numbers, just keep pay attention to the left side there, and you'll see just how close they are. Pitch to Baylor, ball 4. So Guidry getting a bit of extra work down the stretch, and if we do a game 163, he would be going on 3 days rest. Here's Roy Howell, the lefty, at 285, 9 homers, and 64 RBI. Would I do a football season with Pro Football Strategy 2021? Perhaps. Perhaps I might do one. Pitch to Howell. Gets away from Munson, and they're going to try to get Bisetti at third. A lot of room here to throw to Nettles, and Bisetti is safe. So a ball and a strike to Howell. And the Blue Jay fan in the crowd is quite happy. So second and third, and nobody out in a 1-1 count. To second, Randolph leaps and makes a good catch. 1 out. Here's Willie Horton. He came over from Cleveland at 213, 2 homers, and 8 RBI. Pitch to Willie, struck him out. An 0-2, swung on and missed. There's 2 out and the first strikeout from Guidry. Here's Otto Velez at 269, 10 homers, and 37 RBI. Bisetti's nickname should have been Meatballs. Oh, why is that, Todd? Pitch to Velez. Fouled back behind the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. How you doing? Got him. And so Guidry ends up getting a couple at least. He swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball at 96. No runs, 1 hit. The Blue Jays strand 2, and Higher Ground Gaming sinks in his seats. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. So Baylor Moore, making his last start of the year, 8-12 with an ERA of 4.58. Fastball pitcher at 90 and a flyball pitcher. By the way, 70 degrees here tonight in New York, and the wind blowing out to right at 4. He has lost his last 4 decisions. Second start against the Yankees, 7th appearance overall, okay? 14 2/3 innings, 16 hits. 7 runs, all earned. He's walked 13. That's never a good sign. And struck out 4. He is 0-1 with an ERA of 4.30. He went against the Yankees on the 21st a week ago. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 5 and didn't strike out anybody. Yeah, it probably will be the only chance they get. He's thrown 149 1/3 innings. Allowed 177 hits, 81 runs, 76 earned. He has walked 68 and struck out 72. His last win came against Texas, on August 21st. Here's a lineup for the Yankees. Mickey Rivers will lead off in center field. Willie Randolph at second will bat second. Anyone remember who the number 1 pick of the Jays was in the 76 expansion draft? Somebody from Kansas City, I believe. Thurman Munson will catch and bat third. Reggie Jackson is the DH. He cleans up. Lou Piniella in right will bat fifth. Craig Nettles at third will bat sixth. Chris Chambliss at first will bat seventh. Roy White in left will go eighth, and Bucky Dent at short will bat ninth. Guidry threw 19 pitches in the first. I'm going to say it was John Mayberry. Otto Velez is a 6 and a 6 in left for Toronto. Rick Bassetti a 7 and a 7. And Bob Baylor is a 6 and a 5 in right. That's not a terrible defensive outfield. Roy Howell's a 6 at third. Leo Gomez. Oh, it's Bob Baylor. Okay. Leo Gomez is a 4 at second. A short, rather. Dave McKay is a 6 at second. Doug Alt, a 5 at first. Rick Cerrone, a 5 and a 7 behind the plate. And Baylor Moore is an 8 on the mound with a .917 fielding percentage. So Mickey Rivers will lead us off at 298, 8 homers and 42 RBI. Seattle took Rupert Jones. Was he with Kansas City as well? Pitch to Rivers is a base hit right center field. Baylor and McKay converge. But that won't do any good, and it's nobody out and a single for Randolph at 291, 2 homers and 42 RBI. Yep. Wow. So Randolph sitting on a 10-game hitting streak. Don't ask me how I know that. Don't ask me what I had for breakfast this morning either. Pitched, throw to first, Rivers back. Thank you, Todd B. Ground ball to Gomez, might be 2. McKay for 1, over to Alt. And they turn it. So 2 out for Thurman Munson at 287 homers and 76 RBI. So it took us to game 158, but we got the Blue Jays on the stream. Bohr's pitch into shallow right center. Bassetti rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we go to the second, no score. So Doug Alt, that poor picture looks like something you'd find at the post office, doesn't it? Beware of this man. Alt at 274, 6 homers and 14 RBI. Guidry deals, ball 4. Second walk for the Gator. And that brings up Dave McKay. 232, 12 triples, by the way. 7 homers and 44 RBI. Got him. 2-2 in there at the knees, and that's the third strikeout from Guidry at 98. 81, I believe, Ainge played for the Blue Jays. How you doing, Mr. Forsberg? After a stellar career at Brigham Young. Cerrone at 245, 2 homers and 18 RBI. Into right, Piniella has it, 2 out. Louis Gomez at 235, no homers and 37 RBI. And a reminder that this game, as most Blue Jay telecasts were back in the day on the CBC, were blacked out in Windsor. Pitch to Gomez to third, Nettles across the way, and that will retire the side. So the walk does not hurt. No runs, no hits. They leave a runner on, no errors. Bottom of the second here in New York, no score. So here's Reggie. Dave's got his candy bars. Yep, they lost to Virginia in the NCAA tournament, did Mr. Ainge's Cougars. Reggie at 302, 31 homers and 98 RBI. Got a chance over the weekend to break the century mark. Ground ball, base hit, left side. So the second hit for the Yankees, and here's Piniella. 293, 2 homers and 62 RBI. We'll know what game we're doing tomorrow, and it'll just be one. When we're done with this, it'll either be the Rangers-Mariners or the Orioles-Tigers. And there's a ground ball to Moore. Throws to Alt for the out, and Jackson moves to second, 1 away. Yeah, I think Danny's done okay, don't you think? Celtics are playing Game 3 of their Eastern Conference Final tonight. Don Chevrier, yep. And Fergie Oliver and Tony Kubek. Yeah, I think Danny did the right thing. Here's Nettles at 316, 33 homers and 112 RBI. Nettles has actually hit more homers in this replay than he did when he won the home run title in '76. He had 32. Pitch to Nettles, ball 4. So Reggie on second, Nettles on first for Chris Chambliss. 273, 12 homers, and 93 RBI. So Baylor Moore pitching is about as well as we expected him to. Pitch to Chambliss. Ground ball to McKay. Gomez for 1 over to Alt. I believe they've turned it. Yes, they have. So no runs, a hit, no errors. The Yankees strand a runner. We go to the third. Toronto nothing, New York nothing. I don't know. I think Rick Bassetti could have actually played Magnum P.I., don't you? Little scruffy beard, big old smile, pearly white teeth. Well, if you weren't with us earlier today, this is the last game on the card. Yankees have won 3 straight. They are 92-66. This is the last game against Toronto. 3 against Cleveland starting tomorrow. The lead over Baltimore is 2, and the magic number is 3. Milwaukee beat California, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. Texas, with a win or a Kansas City loss, will win the West. Yep, Montreal had Duke Snider. Bassetti singled to start the ballgame. That was a lone hit. 9 batters for Guidry, 34 pitches, 2 innings, 1 hit. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Into center, Rivers, 1 out. So Bob Baylor, who we were told was the first ever Toronto Blue Jay, walked his first time up. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought it would have been Mayberry. Yeah, those late 70s Brewer teams could mash, but they're pitching exactly like the Red Sox. Exactly. Jerry Travers wasn't 5-16. They would have won the division. Pitch to Baylor. Right back to Guidry. Over to Chambliss. 2 out. That Brewer bullpen drank too much of the tomato juice in the bullpen. Here's Howell. Roy's 0 for 1. Ball 4. So Guidry not horribly sharp. That's his 3rd walk. And here is Willie Horton. Struck out his first time up. This time it's a slow roller to Chambliss. Underhands it to Guidry, and that will retire the side. So the Blue Jays leave a runner on. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2.5, no score. Baylor Moore looks kind of like an actor, doesn't he? Maybe like a young Tommy Lee Jones, but there's someone else I'm thinking of and I can't picture it. Can't think of the name right now. White at 246, 5 homers and 37 RBI. Ball 4. Yankees do have some speed, although with the lefty they're going to be careful. White took 4 high ones. Here's Dent. Bucky at 205, 4 homers and 30 RBI. Throw to first, White back. Bottom of the 3rd here in New York. No score. Yankees trying to make it so they have a chance to clinch tomorrow. Fly ball to right. Baylor has it for the out, and White will retreat. Toronto, in real life, finished 50.5 games out of first place their first year. They found the remnants of those Washington Senator teams from the 1950s. Here's Rivers. He singled his first time up through 9 batters, more 34 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, but no runs. White back. Hit and run is on. Rivers, the throw down to second, and White's in there. So that's 10 for Roy. It was a pitch out, and the count is a ball and no strikes. So Rivers singled his first time up. to third. Howell looks the runner back, maybe throws to first. And Rivers is safe. He beat it out. So the grass kind of slowed that down. Howell thought he had time. He did not. And so runners on first and second, all with speed for Randolph. It was 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. Sitting on a 10-game hitting streak. Ball 4. And so they're loaded for Thurman Munson. A Western actor. He does. He does, doesn't he? Yeah, but I can't think of which one. Yeah, the first time I've ever seen a home opener snowed out, eh? And they played in the snow against the White Sox in those, I don't want to say bad because I'll get notes, but rather interesting late 70s White Sox uniforms. Munson's 0 for 1, and that's a base hit in the left. Velez will pick it up. White will score. Rivers will hold, and here comes Reggie with the bases loaded. He might get 100 right now. Cleveland had a snow opener. And as Oil Can Boyd used to say, well, that's what you get, making a mistake to put a ballpark right on the ocean. Reggie singled his first time up. Rivers on third, Randolph on second, Munson on first. 1-0 Yankees here in the third. And they won. Yep, they won their first game and then promptly lost the next 110. Ball 4. So Rivers will score. Jackson gets his 99th RBI, and it's 2-0 New York. So looking more like the Orioles and the Tigers tomorrow at noon. Here's Piniella. 0 for 1. Into right, Baylor makes the catch. Randolph will tag and score, and it's 3-0. Imagine that you're right. Good old Orkin. Imagine him and Yogi exchanging ideas. Remember, if you find the fork in the road, take it. Here's Nettles. He walked his first time up. Moore has walked 72 in the replay and struck out 72 in the replay. To right, Baylor, and that will retire the side, but the Yankees strand 2, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, you're giving Ron Guidry 3 runs. It's 3-0 New York. So Velez, who struck out his first time up, Alt, and McKay. Velez in the left, that's going to drop in front of White. Second hit for Toronto, and here is Alt. Alt could have also doubled as Lurch on the Addams Family in that picture. My apologies. Yeah, there aren't a lot of characters today. It's kind of like homogenized milk. Everything is just kind of the same. Sorry to see that Ron Gardenhire was forced to retire. Some health issues there. Pitch to Alt, ball 4. So Guidry, the Rangers scouts are kind of laughing. He has walked 4 today. So Velez on second, Alt on first, and McKay, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout at the plate. He's a tying run. Up the middle, Dent, Randolph for 1, over to Chambliss, and we might get 2 here. Do we? Yes, we do. So 2 out. Velez on third for future Yankee catcher Rick Cerrone, who's 0 for 1. Cerrone was on that 80 squad and had the unfortunate fortune of having to replace Thurman Munson. This time around, he sends it into right center. Rivers is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 New York. Well, 67 degrees here in the big stadium in the Bronx. Lefties -3 in the batting average. Righties -8, -10 for the homers in the Death Valley. But that porch is short. Plus 32% for the lefties. Here's Chambliss. Grounded into a double play. Struck him out. First for Baylor. Got him on a fastball on the inside corner on a full count. Brings up White, who walked and stole his 10th base of the year. So, if you're wondering about the accuracy of the game, okay, he's had 346 at-bats, so it's an exact match from real life. Batting average 246 compared to 269. Hits 85 to 93. Doubles 9 to 13. Triples 2 to 3. Homers 5 to 8. RBI 37 to 43, but the run total matches at 44 and the stolen base total matches at 10. Pitch to White. Ground ball to Alt. Dougie will flip it to first. And Moore is on the bag. 2 out. Here's Bucky. 0 for 1. That's obviously an airbrushed picture of Moore. Just because there's no blue piping around the collar. Pitch to Dent. Struck him out. So Bucky chases an 0-2 pitch. Oh, we go to the 5th. It's still 3-0 New York. So Louis Gomez, 0 for 1. Then the top of the lineup, Bassetti and Baylor for Toronto. Guidry starts the 5th. To Randolph, over to Chambliss, 1 out. Rick Bassetti, 1 for 2. Got himself a single to start the ball game. 18 batters deep for Guidry, 68 pitches, 4 1/3 innings. 2 hits, no runs. He's walked 4 and struck out 3. Got him. Breaking ball in it, swung on and missed at 89, and there's 2 out for Baylor, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Into left center, Rivers is there, and that will retire the side. Time for the commercial. Halfway home, 3-0 New York. So here's how we got here. If you joined us late, Yankees get all 3 runs in the 3rd. Thurman Munson singled home Roy White to make it 1-0. Reggie Jackson walked with the bases loaded to score Mickey Rivers to make it 2-0. And Lou Piniella with a sac fly to make it 3-0 Yankees. So Guidry, 2 hits through 5, but he's walked 4. Baylor Moore, 4 hits through 4, 3 runs. How you doing, Super Bowl tournament? So Rivers is 2 for 2. 73 pitches for Moore. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts, and all 3 runs are earned. Rivers is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored. Ball 4. So here's Randolph. He's grounded into a double play, walked and scored. Throw to first, and Rivers is picked off. Alt throws to Gomez. He must have been going on his own because I didn't tell him to. And so that's it. So it goes 3-6 on the pickoff. And there's 1 out for Randolph. And Willie draws a walk. So here's Munson, 1 for 2, has singled and drove in a run. So Rivers must have been going on his own. Munson punches out into right for a single. Randolph will hold. The Yankees are threatening. And again, Reggie needs 1 RBI for 100. He's 1 for 1, singled, walked, and drove in a run. Randolph on second, Munson on first. 3-0 New York, bottom of the 5th, 1 out. Up the middle, a base hit. Bassetti will pick it up. Reggie starts to congratulate himself, only to see Randolph still standing on third. Reggie turns to Lemon and goes, well, why didn't you send him? And Lemon says, just mind your own business. Here's Piniella. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. So Randolph on third, Munson on second, Jackson on first. Cerrone and Moore converge. And Piniella, ground ball to Alt. Gomez for 1 over to Alt. I believe Piniella beat it out. Randolph will score. It's 4-0. Reggie is out on the force, 3-6. And here's Nettles, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Up the middle, a base hit. Munson will score. Piniella goes to third. And Dave Lemanzik is coming in to pitch. Well, Oriole fans, Baylor Moore did not come through for you. Lemanzik, making his 33rd appearance of the year, has had a year I think he'd like to forget. 5-12 and an ERA of 5.69. He has lost his last 5 decisions. Against the Yankees, this is appearance number 7. 2 starts, 20 2/3 innings, 30 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned. He walked 5, struck out 10. He's 0-3 with an ERA of 6.10. It's enough to make you go, let's go Mets in the chat. Fastball pitcher at 90 and a flyball pitcher. He last pitched last night and promptly took the loss. An inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 1. So in 144 innings, he is allowed 189 hits. He's been scored on 100 times. That's like a Taylor Swift song, isn't it? 91 earned runs. He's walked 68 and struck out 65. So Piniella on third, Nettles on first. Chambliss 0 for 2. He is grounded into a double play and struck out. And there's a little flare in the right field. Piniella scores. Nettles goes to third. And here's White. 0 for 1, a run scored, a stolen base, and a walk. So it's 6-0 New York. The Mets, by the way, Dave, are not going to lose well, they could lose 100 games. But they won their last one, and they're only 34 games out of first place with 3 games to go. Here's White. Ball 4. So Lemanzik is about as effective as a piece of chewing gum. Here's Bucky Dent. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Nettles on third, Chambliss on second, White on first, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. There's a ground ball to Gomez across the way to Alt, and that will retire the side. But the Yankees get 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. We go to the 6th. 6-0 New York, and if you're watching on CTV or CBC, look, it's the Argos and the Alouettes tomorrow at noon Eastern. Brought to you by Labatt 50 from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, or the weather, what?
Right now in Toronto, Canada, it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has cloudy skies moving in and out, with a low of 49 degrees.
Thank you.
You bet, Ron. Enjoy your evening.
I will. So there you go. So that's the weather for the Alouettes and the Argos tomorrow on some Canadian television station. Howell is 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck him out. That's 5 for Guidry. He got him to swing and miss on a 1-2 curve. And there's 1 out for Horton. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch to Willie is a ground ball to Nettles over to Chambliss, and that is 2 out. So here's Velez, Otto 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. And he got him again. So Guidry gets him to swing and miss at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the sixth. This game has all the suspense of an episode of Murder, She Wrote. 6-0 New York. Mickey Rivers is 2 for 2. Has singled twice, walked, and scored. This time around, he punches it into center field. He's 3 for 3. Willie Randolph has scored twice. He's walked twice, but he's 0 for 1 with a grounded into a double play in his only official at-bat. This time around, he makes their hitting streak 11 as he hits that one into center field. So runners on first and second for Munson, who's 2 for 3. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. In the left, Velez going back, 9-0 New York. So Thurman hits a home run, his 8th of the year. Velez, he ran out of real estate. So here's Reggie. He's not going to get that 100th RBI tonight, is he? He's 2 for 2. He has walked, singled twice, and he walked home the run. So 9-0 New York. 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They've somehow left on 6. The Blue Jays, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they've left on 5. Pitch to Jackson is in the center. Bassetti, he's going to get 100. Oh, my goodness. Reggie put that one 3/4 of the way up the black. And Mark Wiley is coming in to pitch. So Reggie Jackson took matters in his own hands. He called the People's Court and Judge Wapner and drove in his 100th run. That was a moonshot. And it's 10-0 New York. Mark Wiley, who pitched for San Diego, gets called into a game that I'm sure he really does not want to be in. Anyway, he had a real-life ERA of 6.75. He appeared in 2 games. He walked a batter and struck out 2, a fastball pitcher at 91. And he doesn't really favor much of anything except for starting his winter vacation. Piniella 0 for 2 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Ground ball to Alt. Underhands it to Wiley for the out. Wiley was the pitching coach for the Baltimore Orioles, I believe, sometime along the line. If anybody's still awake. When was that? Nettles 1 for 2. He has an RBI, a single, and a walk. In the left center, Bassetti will make the catch, and there's 2 out. Here's Chris Chambliss. Chambliss 1 for 3. Has struck out and driven in. Yeah, a double stream day, and yeah, 2 blowouts. An RBI for Chambliss. Yeah. Even I think I could hold a 10-run lead against the 78 Jays. Pitch to Chambliss. Base hit right field. Here's White. He's walked twice. Scored, stole a base, and is 0 for 1. As people clear out to actually go enjoy their Saturday evening. Cerrone and Wiley have a chat. Line drive to Gomez, and that will retire the side. We go to the 7th inning. 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Munson and Jackson go back to back. After 6, it's the Yankees 10. The Blue Jays are golfing. So here's Dougie Alt. He's walked twice. See what Guidry can do here. He has struck out 6 through 6. There's a base hit up the middle. Only the third hit. Here's Dave McKay. Dave is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Up the middle, Guidry. Randolph for 1, no throw to first. So Guidry fields his position well. 1-4 on the fours. Here's Cerrone. He's 0 for 2. To short. Dent to Randolph for 1. Over to Chambliss, and I think Cerrone beat it out. He does. So another fielder's choice, this time 6-4. And that'll bring up Gomez, who's 0 for 2. Okay, chat. Entertain me for a little bit. Pitch to Gomez. Gets away from Munson, and Cerrone doesn't move, so it's not a wild pitch. The count is 3-0. And he has a balk. Why would you balk on a 3-0 count? Why would you bother? You're up 10 runs. Bob Lemon searching for Earl Weaver's Chesterfields at this point. The 3-0. Popped up left side. Dent on the grass. A NACA in his eye. Okay. All right. I'll buy that. Stretch time. 10-0 Yankees. On your way out of the stadium, get your playoff tickets for the Yankees. They'll host games 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 of the American League Championship Series, so it appears. Unless Cleveland goes in and sweeps. Here's Dent. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Phil Rizzuto made me read that. I still believe in Baltimore. Pitch to Dent. There's a fly ball, shallow left center. Bassetti, 1 out. Mickey Rivers is 3 for 3. Mark Wiley, by the way, has actually done a decent job on the mound. Mickey has singled 3 times, scored twice, and walked. True story. Had to step away from the computer when it came back. Yep, the Yankees have blown this one open. Pitch to Rivers. Slow roller on the grass to Gomez, over to first, and Rivers is out. No one's going to argue that in a 10-run ball game. Here's Mickey Rivers, or really Randolph. He's 1 for 2. He has an 11-game hitting streak. He scored 3 times and walked twice. Base hit. So here's Thurman. He is 3 for 4. He has homered, singled twice, and has driven in 4. So tomorrow could be decision day in the American League. Both the Yankees and Rangers have a chance to clinch. Indians. Why was I thinking Orioles? Indians, yes. First appearance with the Blue Jays. Wondering how he got called into this mess. Pitch to Munson. Ground ball to Howell. Over to McKay for 1, and that's all they need. So after 7, no runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. 10-0 Yankees. Who can hit a Wiley? So again, here's Magnum P.I. Bassetti 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Guidry through 27 batters, 97 pitches. 7 innings, 3 hits. He has walked 4 and struck out 6. And is on the verge of win number 22 here in 78. Base hit left side. Okay, he was a pitching coach for the Orioles. Okay. Sometimes I wonder. Here's Baylor. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. A poor man's Bruce Beauclair. Or Tom Selleck. Pitch to Baylor is 0 for 2. Nettles stops it. Randolph for 1. Chambliss for 2, I think. Nettles just reached in the hole, and they turned it. Baylor can't believe that Nettles caught that. In the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1, the Stars have scored first. Dallas 1, Tampa nothing. He replaced Ray Miller. Was there from 2001 to 2004. Okay. Here's Howell. Roy is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. Ground ball to Dent over to Chambliss. Howell running that out like you would in late September, down 10 runs. And that's the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the inning, 10-0 New York. So Reggie has 100 RBI in the replay. He is 3 for 3. Hit his 32nd home run, singled twice, and drew a walk. Pitch from Wiley. Jackson strikes out. He got him on a full count. That's right, he didn't pull a Machado. So 1 out for Piniella, who's 0 for 3. Has driven in 2 and scored a run. Yeah, Reggie's had a magnificent 78. Pitch from Wiley. Into left field, and why not? That's off the wall. Piniella is on with a stand-up double, and that'll bring up Nettles, who's 1 for 3, with a single, an RBI, and a walk. 15th hit by the Yankees. They've left 8 on and scored 10 runs. And Ron Guidry is working on a 4-hitter. Got him. And so Joel Coleman will come in to pitch. Nettles swung on and missed. And so Joel Coleman, the wily old vet, is 3-0 with a save. He has an ERA of 6.32. He's 31 years old. That's younger than I thought he would be. Fastball pitcher at 89 and a flyball plus pitcher. And against the Yankees, he's gone 3 times now and threw a clean inning. These are the Sims that try men's souls. Yes. I looked, this is my 12th stream since last Saturday. So he last went 2 innings against the Orioles on the 8th. He's on 20 days rest. 2 hits, a run, it was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Overall, 57 innings, 79 hits, 8 homers, 40 runs all earned. He walked 32 and struck out 30. At one point, his ERA was close to 8.5. And in Jamie's replay, he's a player pitching coach for the Tacoma Rainiers. Right? Are they the Rainiers? And I'm guessing Seattle. Chambliss is 2 for 4. 2 singles, an RBI, struck out. Rainiers. It's also an old beer out in Washington as well. Tacoma. I thought that's what I said. Tacoma. Yeah, Seattle. That part I got right. Pitch to Chambliss is a ground ball to Howell over to first. And that will retire the side. The Yankees don't score. They do get a hit. They leave a runner on. We go to the 9th. 10-0 New York. So 10 runs, 15 hits, and no errors for the Yankees. And 9 left on. Yeah, I knew they were the Rainiers in Seattle when they were a PCL team. And they had a dome. Minor league dome, the Tacoma Dome. Not to be confused with Kodachrome and Paul Simon. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Jays. They've left 6 on. Horton is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Ground ball to Chambliss. Guidry does a wind sprint over to first, 1 out. So the Orioles and the Tigers tomorrow at noon Eastern. And that will be the lone game, and then we'll determine who, if we actually do a Monday stream or not. Otto Velez, 1 for 3. Are modern parks with retractable roofs considered domes? I would think so. You're playing indoors. Velez has struck out twice. Guidry has fanned 6. Struck him out. So they're down to their last out. Velez struck out looking at a 1-2 on the inside corner. Yeah, I would agree with Jamie. If it's open, it's not a dome. But look no further than the Sky Dome, which is now Rogers Center, which is all, if you're a part in Canada, part of your phone bill. Alt 1-for-1 has walked twice. Guidry's not been able to get him. And there's a line drive to right. Piniella will dive and makes the catch to win the ball game. So the magic number is 2. And the Yankees will win this one 10-0. So in Ron Guidry's last regular season start, asterisk, 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 he throws a 4-hit shutout. And the Yankees have won their 93rd game of the year. So Guidry is our player of the game. He throws a 4-hitter. He strikes out 7 and walks 4. Yeah, reluctant applause. Baylor Moore, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 2. Guidry will win the strikeout title, but that's it in this replay. So the magic number is 2. They are 93 and 66. The Orioles can win 3 to win 93. So the Yankees are knocking on the door. So tomorrow might be decision day. We might be done with this replay. Let's not say we did. We might be done with this replay tomorrow. And Big Clue reminds me, Jim Rice, although he has 56 homers and 174 RBI, those aren't team records. Jimmy Fox hit 58 and 38, and he drove in 178. Imagine that. Imagine a modern player driving in 175 runs, and it's not even the franchise record. That's amazing. I'm Ron Juckett. Noontime tomorrow for the Orioles and the Tigers, because that's what you guys asked for. And so, there you go. So there you have it. So thank you so much. And maybe, just maybe, we're done tomorrow. If not, we'll have a meaningful game for you Monday night at 7. So we'll talk to you tomorrow at noon. Until then, have a good night, everybody.